Welcome back to the channel. I have something special for you today. It is an unboxing video of an Alvarez, I think it's RP266 or something of that nature, a Parlor acoustic. I purchased this earlier this week as Musician's Friend's stupid deal of the day. It actually will not be for me. I'm passing it along to a beginning guitarist. And I thought that it would be an excellent opportunity, though, before I did that, to take a look at how one of these comes right out of the box. So, let's see if I can. Being careful here, because I know that being a very inexpensive guitar, those cushioned, we might not have the best packaging. Okay. So we have the Musician's Friend order form, and then we have a nice interior box here, so that's good. That makes it feel much better. And then we have plenty of this cardboard packaging, so we'll get that outer box out of the way. And it appears the tape has been cut on this, though I certainly didn't do it. And it comes, no gig bag, but of course it was not advertised for one. The full price on this is $249.99. The stupid deal of the day price was $149.99. And I've actually never had a Parlor guitar myself, so I'd be interested to try it out before passing it along. So, we'll just get a good look here. Get down a little closer to the camera. So, Alvarez design on the headstock. I believe that this guitar is mahogany all around. Mahogany top, back, and sides. It does not specify whether it is a solid or a laminate. It might be solid, given that it's a Parlor guitar for full retail of $250. It's almost in tune. Almost, not quite. Just taking a few initial, the fretwork. I know you can't tell much, but it is quite good for that price point. Extremely good for the price point. I mean, you can feel just I won't even say fret sprout, just the tiniest little rough edge there. But for actually paying $150 for it, there's the back. Very, very attractive look there. Neck, first impression, feels like about similar to a Fender Modern C neck. Looks like at least 3 pieces, because you can tell a joint there and a joint there. I believe that's a rosewood bridge. I think I have to check the specs. I think it's a real rosewood fretboard. The frets look really nice. Just see good. The nut is good, not perfect. Again, knowing that there's limits to the resolution. Practically speaking, there's no problem with it at all. If this was American Fender or Gibson or PRS, I might like it cut a little bit neater, but that for $150, even $250, you can't complain. It's just tuning machines have a good feel to them. Wow, I'm actually impressed. It has a nice satin finish, and this model also comes with a little preamp here with just 3-band EQ and presence, built-in tuner. I honestly did not realize it had that, so It was coming in about, I know this is thrilling, but it does appear that it probably left wherever it left from in tune, because about every string so far is consistently about a whole step flat, roughly. I'm just gonna, and this will not be super precise, I'm just doing a real quick first impression. That shows how quickly it's getting tuned out of the box, and I have to say that I'm really impressed by these tuners. And I'll show you the graphics there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And right now this is just on the mic of my iPhone. But let's see. A bar chord. I have to say, right out of the box, I'm really impressed with it. Really impressed. So far, initial impression, for 150 bucks, man, that's a deal. It appears to be sold out at the moment, but I've noticed that the stupid deal of the days tend to come in and out pretty quick on Musician's Friend. The binding is not perfect, but it looks pretty good considering even at full retail it's $250, and strap buttons. So what I'm going to do now, I will get it tuned up with another tuner just to make sure, and I'll go through some sound samples. I'll record it with a nicer mic, and might, just for comparison's sake, not at all saying they're one-to-one models, just do some quick maybe ABC with a couple of different styles of acoustics to give you all an idea. So, but I have to say, really impressed out of the box. Okay, I got the Alvarez Parlor guitar here, this Martin OM size, and a Celebrity model Ovation here, just to mainly demonstrate the Alvarez, but just to give some very general comparisons in terms of volume and sound. I'm in no way trying to compare these three guitars directly. They're different types of guitars for different purposes. They're not direct competitors. I just want to demonstrate a little bit of the difference between a Parlor acoustic and then a couple other types. Unfortunately, my 6-string Dreadnought is not here. It's a different location, so I can't use it. But I think the Martin OM should do a pretty good job of demonstrating it. So mainly, though, I want to go through some different things with this Alvarez. Again, I'm mainly an electric player, but I do play a lot of acoustic too. So I just strum some chords here. And I forget if I've said it yet, but this is an MXL V67 condenser mic into an audio interface into my iPhone. I'm going to try to hold them all relatively the same distance and configuration as to the mic, because that does make a difference with this type of mic. little bit of finger picking, which is again not my forte, but okay, really nice sound. Of course, with a parlor guitar, you're not going to get the same volume as you will with a larger size guitar, but that's really not a big consideration for most of us, given that it's so easy to amplify acoustic guitars these days. And in fact, and that's one reason why for my friend that this is going to, this was the model that I helped him select, because the lower volume would probably, in his situation, be a good thing, because when you're a beginner learning, sometimes, you know, you don't want everyone nearby to hear you as you're trying to figure out that F bar chord. And I said earlier that it felt kind of like a modern C Fender neck. I grabbed a couple of my Fenders. It's a little bit fatter than that, not as fat as the neck on, or wide, I should say, as the neck on the Martin. Maybe a little bit flatter, but it's still not a big neck by any means. I actually learned to play on a Yamaha classical guitar that my parents got for me when I was in middle school, but it came with steel strings. So I did not know it at the time, but I was learning on something with a huge neck and extremely high action, so I'm very sensitive to make sure that people, and I love that guitar and still have it, and now have nylon strings on it, but that people learning get a good guitar to match their ability level and get them something easy to play. So now what I'm going to do, again, this is just going to be very basic. I'm going to strum a few chords on each of these guitars and compare them back and forth, just to give you a good tonal comparison and volume comparison. I'm going to try to, and again, this is in no way scientific, strum about as hard for each one, but here we go. Go to the Martin, and I'm using a 0.6 mil Dunlop pick for anyone who's curious. Okay, again, not scientific, but now, since this is about the Alvarez, I'll play it again before I go to the ovation. So definitely different sounding guitars. Again, I'm not sure how much the volume difference will come through on YouTube, because it'll be so heavily compressed after I'm done with it. But again, they all have great sounds. Play a little bit of more electric lead style, but just to give you an idea what this one can do in that context. really is a nice guitar. I'm going to play through a little Vox acoustic amp just a bit, and I'll mic it with an SM57 for various practical reasons, and let you hear a little bit of that now. So, I have to say, I am really impressed with this guitar. For 150 bucks, if you can find it on another musician's friend's stupid deal of the day, and you're interested all in a parlor guitar, and don't want to lay down a lot of cash, I mean, this is just hits it out of the park. For the full 250, it's still a good deal. I mean, it's just a really nice little guitar. I mean, just listen to it. It's just great. Has pretty good intonation for such an inexpensive guitar, and I just really like it. I wouldn't mind having one of my own. And again, there's going to be some inherent compromises with it being a parlor guitar, and it's not going to be as loud as a Dreadnought, but really, other than that, and it has a different tone, of course, but that's a matter of taste. I always say tone's a matter of taste. There's no better or worse. But it's really comfortable to play. I think for an experienced player, like I would just like to have one just sitting around watching a baseball game on TV and just, you know, strumming some. I mean, it just is a great little guitar. I could just sit here all day and play with it, which I better not, because it's not going to be mine, but I did want to put it through its paces, and you know, I couldn't recommend it enough. I feel very confident recommending this as a first guitar for someone, especially, you know, maybe you have a kid, not sure if they're going to pick it up, might have a smaller, just be a smaller human, and it's just a little more comfortable to play. And it's a lot quieter when you want it to be. And because you see, I'm just talking over it just fine, no problem. And I'm strumming softly, but not exceptionally softly. And sing a little bit of one of my songs just to give you an idea. But these empty arms are waiting for you, and this broken heart is to tear it in two. See, and I'm, you know, strumming how I would normally strum, and it's kind of nice that you don't have to really be loud in your singing if you don't want to be heard clearly over the guitar. So again, I'm going to get this one. I was going to work on the frets and things like that before I send it off to my friend. I will polish it up, since, you know, I've gotten some fingerprints and such on it during this review. But it's just not necessary. I mean, just the little bit of playing I've done, when I said at the beginning of the video, was a little bit rough. I mean, I'm extremely impressed. So if you're interested in a parlor guitar, whether it be as a beginner guitar or for a more experienced musician, just something fun to have, something different, this Alvarez for $250 from Musician's Friend. Again, it's model RP266 SESB. Specifically, couldn't recommend it enough. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time.